I'm Tamara Matterford.
I'm Jill Henke.
I'm Cassie LeBeau.
And I'm Amelia Vitarelli.
We are Areon Flutes. We are a professional chamber music ensemble, and we have been together for 5 years now. We started together in 2005, and we've done a lot of things since we've been together, but our highlights were performing at Carnegie Hall. We gave our debut concert there in 2007, and we we're part of the Fish-Off Chamber Music Competition, and we're really excited. We got the bronze medal in the wind division in 2008, and we're working on a CD right now, too.
One of our education programs is the Areon Chamber Music Institute, which we host year-round every year, open to all instruments. We primarily teach mostly flute groups to be just like little Areon members.
Every summer, we also host the Areon Summer Flute Institute, which is a week-long intensive course for beginners all the way through college-level flutists, where we immerse them in chamber music and electives and fun games. It's a great experience for the budding flutist.
Hi, my name is Louisa Brown. I've been playing the flute for about 4 years. I'm 12 years old now, and for those 4 years, Cassie LeBeau has been my teacher. It's really fun to be in their group because they just make it really fun. Well, the Summer Institute, that's my favorite thing, and I love playing in the chamber music groups.
We're gonna huddle really quickly. Wait, they're not done yet.
job, girls.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for playing for us today. I do want to make a point for the audience that this group has been playing together for a whole year, right? So the things that we're going to talk about with this duet might be a little bit different from the other groups that we're discussing today. So if you have played chamber music before, and even if you haven't, this is going to be directed towards you.
Good. So one of the things I think is really important when you get to a level like this where you've been playing a piece for a really long time is to kind of just polish it up a little bit, especially when it's a piece that's a 20th century piece. I see that you guys are trying to interact together, but it's not exactly working because when one's looking, the other's not looking at each other, at the other person. So I think if you guys just engage and make sure the other person's actually looking at your eyes and plan that in your music, I think it'll come across a lot better to the audience, and we'll know, oh, they are in the right spot together, and they're supposed to be doing that together. Especially with a piece like this, I'm not quite sure, are they together, or is it a little bit off because of the nature of the piece? So let's try can we do the second movement?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Let's go back to the second movement, and let's just try to polish up those little sections. I know you guys haven't actually played it together for a while, too, since the school year, so.
Are you thinking about starting the double timing part?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so really quick survey to the audience. Who noticed that one person was doing a little bit more movement than the other? Raise your hand if you saw one person doing more than the other. Okay, girls, did you know that? That one of you was doing more movement than the other?
Yes.
Okay, Kaylee, who do you think was doing more movement? Yes, very good. So you could see Louisa not doing movement?
Yes.
Okay, so when you're in performance, how do you get somebody's attention to do that?
Stare at them.
Yeah. And the other person has to be, Louisa, were you really kind of aware what was going on, or were you just kind of
I was quiet, but I wasn't really looking at Kaylee the whole time.
Right, right. So in order to really communicate, and for the audience to feel that you're communicating, because they clearly didn't see that you were, right? Yeah? Okay, so you just have to be a little bit more aware, right, Louisa? Okay.
Okay, so let's try it right at the beginning of the double timing part.
Audience, was that enough? Was Louisa doing enough? For my view, she wasn't. Was that, this side? Was Louisa doing as much as Kaylee?
Yeah.
You think so? How about that side? You guys thought she was?
This side, yeah.
I see some.
There's some
No.
half and half.
I actually thought both of you could do more. So that means that, Louisa, you have to even bump it up 2 notches and you can bump it up 1. I always like to make the analogy that when you're doing stage presence, it's almost like when you go to the theater and you go backstage and you see somebody who's one of the actors and they have their makeup on and they look really weird because when you're up close, they have all these lines on their face, especially if they're trying to, be a certain character. Their makeup looks so weird. But when you're out in the audience, it looks normal, like they're not even wearing any makeup. So when you're on stage, my point is everything has to be exaggerated, like 200%, or the people in the last row aren't going to see it at all. So kind of think of that while you're doing your movement. If you think it's a lot, you can probably even bump it up more. So that Dave way back there, Katie or Jessica, you're like, this is for you, boom, you saw it, and here it is, right, like in your face type of thing. Especially with this, you can like really be like in your face.
Yeah. Try it again.
Ooh, who
Yeah.
thinks that's already cooler? I do.
Yeah.
That's way cooler. So sometimes 20th century music is really, really, really hard to listen to, right? Because there's a lot of really close tones together. It's like, eh. But with movement, it's cool.
Yeah, and you notice that they're doing a really specialized movement here. This is maybe not a movement you would do all the time, like this. But because it really works with the music and it looks really cool, and now they're both doing it at the same level, it's working much better. Much better.
Did you guys feel silly at all doing it, or did it feel good?
Oh, weird.
It felt weird. Because I noticed for a lot of students, they think, oh gosh, I look really weird doing this, or they feel really self-conscious about how they're moving. And I would really recommend just to videotape yourself or look in the mirror, because when you see yourself, you might not even notice you had moved, you know, but it feels like such a huge thing when you're first learning how to do it. But it looks normal. We wouldn't let you do anything.
Did it look weird out there?
No.
Yeah, we're not going to let you do anything weird.
Yeah.
It's important to remember that, as you guys just heard in your master class with samba, that motion and music are so intertwined. You should not feel afraid to let go of your body while you're playing. There's no book that's written that says that you have to play the flute like this all the time. I suppose unless you're a marching band. Right? This is the opposite of marching band. So you should definitely feel free to move when it's appropriate. And so a lot of chamber music is engaging your audience. You're not, you know, if you go to a symphony orchestra concert or band concert, there's 100 people on stage, and you could sit back there in row double Z, and you could look at a new person every minute, and you would be stimulated, right? With chamber music, you've got 2 people up here. So part of why we do a lot of dramatic motion is to draw you in more to the performance.
So if you feel more exciting, does it feel cool to know that you excited people?
Yes.
Yeah, right? So, and as an audience, you want to be engaged, right? You want to be like, ooh, I want to listen to what comes next. Not like, oh no, not more of this. Right? Yes? Everybody shake their head yes if you understand. Awesome.
You want to start this maybe? Begin from the very beginning now?
Okay. Okay, so we do have to excuse please off stage. Thank you so much.
Great job!